So mommy issues impact men and women
Men and
differently.
women. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, let's talk about the Wonder Woman
Yes.
for the woman perspective. And I already know because I have a sister and I can see the issue. You know,
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you maybe going to be able to explain to me. I don't know why mom and daughter, they are so close at a certain point, so around teenage for the
Yeah.
daughter,
Yeah.
until she start to become a woman,
Yeah.
established woman,
Yeah.
and start to want to fly and for herself and have her own choice. Then you start the mom start to um, undervalue her choices, undervalue what she believe in life, and think like she don't know nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the mom. I made you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I can see that between my mom sometimes and my sister. You know, they have
Yeah.
they have argument, and they were very close. They are very close. You know,
Yeah.
but they have argument as well because they don't understand each other at one point, and I can see that my sister want to say that listen to me,
Right.
and my mother is like, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so you can explain that to me, for example.
I can't really explain why that is,
No, yeah,
but
you feel that with the kind of
yeah, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
my mom and I were best friends when I was a child, and then yeah, like obviously when you grow up, you feel like they don't respect you, and it just again it comes from a different trauma, and if I actually think about it, it's probably because my mom doesn't have sons, right? But I'm sure if she did, it would be different. Just like with your mom, I think your mom really values and respects what you and your brother have to say. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of mothers who have sons as well. They'll respect their sons' decisions. They won't interfere. Oh, they might interfere once they get in a relationship. But
Yeah.
I just mean like they won't interfere with their decisions.
Yeah.
Too much, right? They respect what they say. They don't try to necessarily control them. But when it comes to daughters, it's a very different story. So I think a lot of the time, there's a few reasons, but a lot of the time it's because they just can't let go. They want to protect their daughters. When you have a little girl, you just want to protect her from the world because you know, as a woman, how cruel the world is.
Or also, something that came in my mind as well, it's like the project in their daughter, I mean, the fear that they have or the experience that they had
Yes.
in the world,
Yes.
because they are also women, so women and they are the same gender, so them it's easier for them to project their fear
Onto their daughters.
onto their
yes.
daughter and imagine the worst based on what they also lived, experienced
yeah.
before.
Yep.
So that's why as well, maybe it's one of the reasons as well why mother and daughter sometimes are very it's
Yeah.
clashing at one point. But it's not clashing at the beginning. It's clashing in the same
It's
like
clashing the
30
moment. No,
when your wife.
well, it starts very early. It starts like in teenagehood. So like once little girls
probably, yeah.
start to rebel, it changes the relationship.
The relationships, yeah.
Because what happens is mothers feel like a little bit rejected, I think. So when your daughter doesn't agree with you, or when she's trying to teach you something or tell you something
Yeah.
that maybe you believed your whole life, it starts to feel like an attack. It starts to feel like, was I wrong all along?
Yeah.
Like, who is this little thing who just came into this world telling me how to live my life or how to live or what to, they're saying that I was wrong.
That I put on this world, by the way.
That's exactly right.
It's even worse like, in their mind. Like,
Yeah, and maybe like I don't think it's coming from like a malicious place, but it's coming from maybe a little bit of ego.
Oh yeah, a big, not small, not a little bit. I think it's ego.
It's coming from ego. Yeah.
It's coming from ego directly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think as well, just from some of the research that I was doing, losing control and authority. So like as your daughter gets older, Like you always kind of know that your son's gonna go and do his thing and have his wife, and
Yeah.
the dynamic will change between you because he's gonna have his wife, right?
Yeah.
But your daughter, it's different. It goes from you being the mother to you being equal, even though you're still the mother.
Yeah.
Because now you're both women, you're both equal, you both have a say, and you start to feel some type of way about losing that control over your daughter. And the more that you push and disagree, the more she's gonna pull away.
And I have a question who's related to that, because I'm trying to understand as well, because I'm not a woman, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we have to try to understand, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, our parents, like 50 and 60 years old, you know, around this age. So the generation before us, not before us, do you think it's because as well the place of the woman?
Yes.
So the men are on top of the woman, and so then because they live this life,
Yeah.
they do the same thing with unconsciously they do the same
Yes.
thing with their daughter. So that's
exactly
why
right.
so that's why as well I think what you just said about losing control is like they want to control, and I feel like it's more normal and sometimes consciously for some of
Yeah,
for certain mothers, but unconsciously they're like, I have the right to tell you what to do, even if you are 30 years old, even if you have
Right.
your son, your daughter, even if you have child, even if you have
Right.
your life, even if you're successful. And
Well, I find
you know what
that
I mean?
very interesting because we live in such a patriarchal world that I think, like you said, subconsciously the moms are viewing women as probably the same way that patriarchy views them. And
Yeah.
so they feel more comfortable controlling.
Yeah.
And then also I feel like that boomers generation has this hierarchy when it comes to age as well. And they're like, well, I'm older than you, so I'm smarter and I'm going to tell you how to live, right? Whereas in our generation, we started to kind of break that mold. Like, yes, you respect your elders, absolutely. That doesn't mean you can't disagree with them.